Korea has always made a big deal out of opening new factories. But it feels like now more than ever, we're seeing economic projects spring up all over the place, with new developments announced every month in regions far away from the capital, Pyongyang, often in some of the most inhospitable, mountainous counties in Korea. A lot of this is down to the latest flagship project in the DPRK, the 20x10 policy. In the first video, we looked at the theory behind 20x10, its methods and its goals. In this second episode, we're going to look through its impact on the ground, how the project has drastically expanded in scope, and where we've seen new facilities spring up over the past 2 years. But first, we need to go back to 2021. DPRK Explained is supported entirely by you, both here on YouTube and directly through Patreon. If you want to support the project, subscribe to the channel here and check out the Patreon linked in the description. You can also now buy new DPRK Explained merch, also linked below. Thanks for supporting the channel. In January 2021, the Workers' Party of Korea held their 8th Congress, which, in part, called for the expansion of regional industrial factories across the country, but stopped short of announcing an immediate nationwide program. Instead, they looked here, a rugged, mountainous area called Kimhwa County. Kimhwa is 80% mountainous, and in the past has been subject to natural disasters. On paper, not the ideal candidate for an industrial modernization campaign, but the reason they chose this remote region was for exactly that reason. If somewhere as remote as Kimhwa could see this pilot project succeed, then it would be a solid example to follow in other counties across the country, many of which are characterized by the same difficult terrain. The project began in March 2021, with the inauguration of the Kimhwa Regional Industrial Factory Complex just over a year later in June 2022. State media covered the opening, which featured a foodstuff factory, a garment factory, a daily necessities factory, and a paper factory. The whole project was centred on the idea that resources both for the construction and the operation of the factories was sourced locally, with central government support limited to the wider logistics. The completion of the Kimhwa pilot project opened the door for the birth of the 20x10 policy for regional development. Now, I mentioned in the first video that the initial scope of the project was as follows. Each county would get a foodstuff factory, a clothing factory, and a factory for household goods. And in the first year, that's broadly what we saw. Over the course of 12 days, between the 28th of February and the 11th of March 2024, there were 20 groundbreaking ceremonies held across all 9 provinces of the DPRK. The first project launched under the banner of 20x10 was in Songcheon County, South Pyongan Province. The groundbreaking was held on the 28th of February 2024, with the General Secretary Kim Jong-un in attendance at the ceremony, where he gave a speech that effectively launched the 20x10 project as a practical reality.
동지들, 어렵고도 영예로운 이 혁명과업을 사회주의 우리 국가의 제일 가는 수호자이고 창조자들이며 관철자들인 인민의 군대가 떠맡아 하는 것은 그 승리를 확신케 하는 또 하나의 중요한 요인으로 됩니다. 우리 당은 이번에도 지방 경제를 추켜 세우는 신년 혁명의 전위에 우리 군대를 내세웠습니다. 당 중앙의 부름에 호응하여 즉시 현지에 달려나와 지방의 새로운 변혁, 우리 국가의 전면적 부흥을 촉진할 혁명 사업에 돌입한 제124연대 관병들의 전투적인 모습과 충천한 기계가 정말로 믿었고 감사합니다.
The Korean People's Army also formally created the 124th Regiment to implement the construction for the 20x10 project. And while the groundbreaking at Songcheon kicked off the first real-life implementation of the policy, it was quickly followed by another 19 ceremonies across the country. On the 5th of March, Sukcheon and Oncheon counties. On the 6th, Unpa, Gyeongsong, Kusong City, Orang, and Icheon. A day later on the 7th, Jaeryong, Uncheon, Yeontan, Gujang, Kosan, and Tongshin. The 10th of March saw Hamju, Jangpung, Gumya, Unsan, and Kimhyongjik counties, whilst the 11th saw Usi County, the last of the 20. Each of these groundbreaking ceremonies highlighted both the nationwide rollout of the project and the region-specific focus of each development. For example, being a coastal region, the Orang complex in North Hamgyong would consist of a seafood processing facility alongside the standard foodstuff and household goods factories, whilst the Yeontan complex in North Hwanghae province would see its 3 factories take advantage of local produce, like cornus fruit and magnolia vines, in the production of things like fruit juices. The core idea of the project, initially, was to follow the same blueprint for every region, but with local adaptations for each area, taking natural resources and surrounding landscapes into account. Construction continued during 2024 on these 20 factory complexes, often with state media reporting on ongoing developments and visits from local officials a regular feature on Korean Central Television. And so, by the time 2025 rolled around, all 20 complexes were nearing completion. And so began a series of nationwide ceremonies marking the end of the first year of the 20x10 policy. Every ceremony was reported on in the nightly news broadcasts, and the festivities were overseen by each region's chief secretary of the provincial or city party committee. The first site to be inaugurated was, fittingly, the first site to be groundbroken, Songcheon County. The ceremony in Songcheon was attended once again by the General Secretary Kim Jong-un, alongside local officials, central government officials, construction workers, and factory workers. State media highlighted the rapid development of the complex, the products that each factory would produce, and the implications of the policy nationwide, positioning Songcheon as the vanguard of a new, ambitious economic era. As the completion ceremonies continued, each region's specialist integrations were highlighted alongside the completion of their core complexes. In Hamju County, South Hamgyong Province, the new factory complex was to be integrated with the nearby Ryonpo Greenhouse, as well as the new Shinpo Aquaculture Centre, something we'll come back to in a minute. Meanwhile, in Gujang County, North Pyongan Province, the new factories were positioned as a key building block of the local economy to support the local tourism industry, which sees a lot of domestic visitors to the Ryongmun Cave area. In Unsan County, also in North Pyongan, the project was focused on integrating production with the abundant forest resources, mineral access, and surrounding hot springs. Whilst in Kosan County, Gangwon Province, the foodstuff factory was geared towards tight integration with the local orchard economy, with emphasis on fruit processing and fruit juice. By the 11th of February 2025, with the inauguration of the complex in Kimhyongjik County, the first year complexes were declared complete. There was, however, a 21st factory built during this first wave, not included in the tally of completed projects. The Shinpo offshore farm was constructed between the 15th of July and the 28th of December 2024. Different from all the other factory complexes, but still under the banner of the 20x10 policy, it was designed to serve as a pilot project for marine farming and aquaculture, a testbed for future projects in the DPRK's coastal areas. Evidence that, even during the first year, the idea of expanding the scope of the policy was very much under consideration. Which brings us neatly into the second year of the project. After the 11th plenary meeting of the 8th Congress of the Workers' Party of Korea in January 2025, the 20x10 policy was formally expanded to now include healthcare facilities and hospitals, agricultural grain management facilities, and science and technology dissemination centres, an effort to double down on developments in local well-being, agriculture, and cultural education. With this change, the 20x10 policy became a much broader, more ambitious strategy. The core 3 factory complexes would remain, but the strategy became much more adaptable, bringing other large-scale projects under the umbrella where required. And as with the first year of the project, there soon came a flurry of groundbreaking ceremonies. On the 8th of February 2025, Kangdong County, a suburban county of Pyongyang City, saw groundbreaking for its new hospital and leisure complex. A day later, on the 9th of February, ground was broken in Ryonggang County in Nampo City for a new hospital and factory complex. On the 24th of February, ceremonies were held in Shinyang County, Koksan County, and Jongpyeong County. On the 25th, Taegwan County, Nangnim County, Shinpo City, and Sepo County. The next day, Hwangju County broke ground on a new grain management station and new factory complex. Whilst on the 27th of February, ceremonies were reported in Pukchang, Changang, Tolwon, Paekchon, Kilju, and Yeomju counties, followed a day later by the final groundbreakings in Puryong, Jangyeon, and Kim-jong-suk counties, along with Kaepung district in Kaesong City. As with the previous year's projects, the second year of the 20x10 policy also came with a raft of local integrations emphasised during the groundbreakings. For example, in Hwangju County, planned factories would be geared towards processing local agricultural products, highlighting the region's role as a major grain-producing area. Meanwhile, in Yeomju, plans included a 4th factory alongside the core 3 to process fish, given Yeomju's position on the DPRK's east coast and pre-existing role as a centre for the fishing industry. By the time December rolled around, the country was once again gripped by completion ceremonies for the second year of the project. Once again, each ceremony was broadcast on the nightly news bulletin across the country, with special emphasis given to those projects which hosted additional facilities like hospitals and leisure centres. In Pyongyang's Kangdong County, the modern county hospital was inaugurated on the 19th of November 2025 as a standalone project, with the General Secretary Kim Jong-un in attendance, formally opening the facility and leading the inspection alongside local officials. This was followed soon after, on the 15th of December, when the General Secretary would return to Kangdong for the formal opening ceremony of the county's regional industrial factory complex and comprehensive leisure centre, the first example of the second year project's focus on social and cultural welfare projects. In Jongpyeong County, South Hamgyong Province, The ceremony held on the 25th of December marked the completion of the standard local factories, alongside another leisure centre, including a library and shopping centre for local people, aimed at transforming and modernising daily life in the county. Meanwhile, in Yonggang County, Nampo City, a foggy morning on the 29th of December saw the completion ceremony of their own local hospital and industrial factory complex. This ceremony was seen as a major one, as it also marked the end of the 2025 cycle of the 20x10 policy, with references to every county that had so far received a project during the first 2 years of the programme, and setting up the strategy for the next cycle. As with the first year, the second year also included some extras not counted as part of the 20 project tally. In Kusong City, North Pyongan Province, a new hospital was inaugurated as a kind of add-on to the 2024 factory complex built during the first year of the project, part of a plan to expand the nationwide rollout of healthcare facilities. In Ragwon County, South Hamgyong Province, another new aquaculture centre was completed, in the same style as the previous year's project in Shinpo City. The new offshore farm and accommodation facilities for fishermen was named Rakwon Po. And in Unsan County, a new factory was added to their 2024 complex to produce paper, a pilot scheme for a plan to roll out paper factories in every province across the country. In the next and final episode, we'll look at what's to come in future, what's already been confirmed for 2026, and what other economic developments can we look forward to nationwide across Korea. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to support DPRK Explained, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to make sure you never miss a video. If you want to help more directly, then please take a moment to check out DPRK Explained on Patreon through the link in the description, or by going to patreon.com/DPRK Explained for early access to videos, behind the scenes updates, and to join the team that makes DPRK Explained possible. You can also find the new DPRK Explained merch through the link in the description, with hoodies, t-shirts, posters and stickers available now. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.